Today, I'm going to talk you through 3 tools that you can use to express interest in a socially intelligent way. Most good guys are so focused on being respectful that they actually end up being invisible. And look, it is really hard to draw the line between creepy and overbearing and confident, bold, and sexy. If you're a respectful guy, your natural inclination might be to hold back, to drop hints, to look for signs, to hope that she chooses you. Unfortunately, though, women don't choose men and they are attracted by your behavior. So unless you interact with her in a way that is clear and romantic, she's never going to get it. Being socially intelligent doesn't mean being passive. It means you're going to learn how to take action and start conversations with her in a way that gets on her radar, but is still respectful. Your first tool is to send a signal of interest, watch and observe. Look, women are pretty switched on. If she senses that you're giving her a compliment or you're flirting with her in a subtle way, she's going to give you some feedback then and there as to whether that's making her more or less interested in you. Try complimenting something specific about her. Personally, I would stay away from physical compliments because she knows she's attractive, as does every other guy out there. It's going to feel much nicer for her to feel like, wow, I'm in the presence of a guy who's really noticed something about me, who's really tuned in to who I am. You could say anything from, I just want to say you've got great energy, or I really like how you're kind of ambivert, a bit like me, or I like how passionate you are about that thing. Now, once you've given her that compliment, which by the way, cannot be construed as creepy. It's a really nice thing to be appreciated for an aspect of your personality. You just watch and see how that compliment lands. Does she go, or actually is she, smiling more happy, more relaxed, still and present in your company? This works because you're beginning to demonstrate interest, but you're doing it in a socially intelligent way. You're also taking feedback. You're not like going off in one direction, asking her out before she's ready. Instead, you're doing something clear to signal interest and waiting for that feedback to come in. When I'm out there in the real world coaching guys, wow, there are quite a few fears and excuses that will come up that will stop you from starting conversations. And the thing is, those fears and excuses are grounded in you being a considerate guy. In fact, exactly the kind of man that she wants to meet. However, when you see her typing out an email or hanging out with a female friend, you immediately read that situation as, can't talk to her, she's busy, don't want to intrude, when instead you should be looking for how you can use a social tool to work around the obstacle. My favorite conversational stem for this is simply to say, I know. This acknowledges what she's doing without coming across as overly apologetic. For example, I know I'm kind of gate crushing, but I just wanted to say, or I know you look very intensely focused, but I just wanted to notice. By being a guy who demonstrates he is socially aware, you automatically become not that guy who's going to be really creepy and overbearing on her social boundaries. By showing social awareness, it creates attraction and it also takes some pressure off because she goes, this guy knows what's up, he's not going to overstay his welcome, and that enables her to feel somewhat more relaxed. I get contacted by a lot of guys who are really sweating the decision to ask a woman out, particularly if it's a woman they've seen perhaps at a gym or a co-working space where they have a reasonable question of, is this woman really here to be asked out, or is that going to make her feel uncomfortable? If you're thinking this thought, again, give yourself some credit. You're a socially intelligent guy. You're being considerate of others around you. This is a great thing. And perhaps it's kind of a shame that you may be overlooked by women because you're not able to communicate with them more clearly. It's very gradated between a first chat with a woman and asking her out. There's lots of feedback loops along that process that will help you to decide if she's comfortable and excited to get to know you, or actually for her, she prefers to keep things a bit more detached. So instead of thinking, should I do this at all? Think, what is a small step forwards I can take to test the water? For example, if you always see her at the same gym class, say, I'm just going to run out and grab some water. Do you want to come? This is in the spur of the moment. you are just going to get some water for yourself and you are inviting her into your world. If she is interested and has been secretly hoping you talk to her, she will jump at the chance of having some one-to-one time with you. If she's not so sure, she may take a step back. The only caveat I'd add to this is to ask at least twice before you make a decision. I also work with women, and lots of the women I speak to often report that a guy asked them to do something and they said no just because they were caught off guard and they weren't ready for it. And so they said this what they thought they should say. So give her a second chance to agree to spend that time with you. If she agrees to spend some one-on-one time with you, even if it's a quick walk to the coffee machine, this is a really, really good signal that she's going to be more receptive to swapping numbers. So remember, if you're a socially intelligent guy, social intelligence doesn't mean never asking a woman out. Instead, it should mean that you value the fact that you are the kind of guy who isn't creepy and who isn't overbearing, but we've got to find tools that work for you to signal your interest more clearly to women. If you don't signal your interest more clearly, you're going to fly underneath her radar and she's going to think a great guy like you doesn't exist. If you would love to know about more social skills and tools you can use to create impact with women whilst keeping your natural personality just as it is, I would love to hear from you. Hit on the link beneath this video.